let's bow in. Great. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Perfect. Great. We'll just do stuff a little bit. The body. Going right into the floor. Settle in the feet, going into rotation. Just rolling through the spine. Nice big wave. Just thinking to the head, nice big circles all the way. Mobilizing the neck. Right here into the shoulders. Right, changing direction. And stretching the arms out, rolling the shoulders. Rolling the elbows. Okay, changing the arm. Great, both together. 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒕. A bit up and down. Rolling the hips. Waist. Stepping out, rolling the legs a little bit side to side. And just balancing a little bit in the middle. Great. Put them on the side. Stretch the back leg. Good. Changing the leg. Feet forwards, rolling with the circle. And changing direction. Good, coming up to the top, just rolling out the ankles. The ground circle. Straighten out the leg. Shaking it out and changing sides. Good, second off the ground. And straighten through the leg. Go to a little bit of foundation training. So in this case, you just want the feet shoulder width apart. Yeah, and firstly, just get the breath. So you're just going to use the hands on the rib cage, thumb to the bottom of the ribs, and the little finger on the hip bone. Just think about nice deep inhalation. Fall 360 degrees up and to the back. And as you breathe out, see if you can maintain that length through the core. So just a few deep breaths in, about 5 seconds in. A little bit longer out, about 6 seconds. About inflating and decompressing the spine if you do it. Slightly hinging the hips back, draw the arms through the back, open the fingers out. Length through the spine, and a nice deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose again. As you breathe out, bring the arms up, nice and high. Bring the fingertips together. Pull the arms up. Keep the knees back, so don't bend the knees forward. Pull the hips back. Nice deep breath in. Out through the mouth. As you breathe in now, just lift the hands a little bit higher, a couple of inches up. As you breathe out now, bringing the arms down, curling the spine at the bottom, bring the fingertips into contact. Relax the top of the spine, let it curl. And just think about gently pulling up through the heels, pushing the heels down into the ground, and pulling the back of the legs up through the hips. Right, drawing the hands onto the shin bone, pulling the back straight. If you can't, keeping the arms straight, draw up through the hips. Okay, you're going to take the arms here to the side. I'm just going to go from this position down, not all the way flat, but just down, engaging the hips. Drawing up. Do everything with the pressure from the ground. So you're going to press up through the feet. Hinge the hip up and down. Keep it nice and slow. Keep the breath controlled. Keep the length through the spine all the time. Keep going just a few more. Take it to the bottom now. Yeah. Draw up the arms to the back. Think about raising up a little bit with the chest, pulling the head back. Nice deep breath in again. And then as you release it, just draw the body up to standing here. Shake out the hips a little bit. Yeah. Great. Okay, take into a wide lunge. So you want first just start with the back foot down. The main thing to check first, the hips are square on. So both feet are forward facing. And the hips down. So again, first thing, just get a nice deep breath in through the body. Lengthen it through the body. Drop the top of the head. And very gently, this with the arms to the side, shift from this direction. Just going to gently side bend over, away from the back leg. Very gentle, not too big a movement. That's perfect. You come back to the center, and then think about now hinging from the hip. Keep the arms back, roll the body forward again. Keep the chest up, chin back. Nice deep breath in, widening the rib cage, all directions. Now, in the out breath, you're just going to bring the arms forward. Again, bring the fingertips together, stretch them out. And you're going to start to now work out the back heel. So think about pressing more and more weight into the front leg. So the front leg's taking more and more weight as you've hinged the hip. Start to really come out of that back foot. So there's hardly any weight now in the back leg. Nice and gentle from here, you're going to spiral underneath with this hand. Keep that connection with the fingertips. And again, that back foot now really hardly any weight at all. And all now going into the front hip. It's a nice deep breath in as you do it. And gently keeping the weight in the front leg. Start to spiral the body up, up, up as high as you can. Keep that tension in the front hip. And keep the weight on that front leg. Spiral up as far as you can. Great. And slowly releasing it back. Great. Coming back into and posture. Okay, great. And then the same, just changing the leg. Change the foot. So first starting with the back foot flat. Hips square on, body nice and long. Again, getting the hands to the side, just very gently side bend. Over, away from the back leg. Start to draw the body back to the center. Hinging from the hips, keep the hands behind. Wide. Start to transfer the weight into the front leg. Not bending the knee, keeping the knee back. The heel. And then again, increasing the hip hinge. Drawing a little bit more weight out of the back leg. Drawing the heel up. Stretching out forward. Nice deep breath in. Expanding the rib cage. And again, as you breathe out, start to spiral the movement underneath. Start to really come out of that back leg. All the weight in the front hip now. And once you've got that nice and controlled, spiral up as high as you can. Hold it at the top. Nice deep breath in. Expand open. Nice and easy, drop it. It's the hip, and come back. Right, and shaking the leg out a little bit. And we'll do one more. Same as the first position, just wider now. So you kind of double shoulder width stance. If you feel more comfortable with the feet pointing out a little bit, go to that position. We're going to do a little bit of squatting work. So if that's a more comfortable position, let the feet just gently point out a little bit. Again, first thing, just get the breath, get the body kind of nice and tall. Chin back, chest pulled up a little bit. The key thing here is feel that the feet are kind of scissoring in. So if you imagine a cross from the heels to the front toes, imagine kind of crossing over and scissoring the pressure in. So you want to feel that the legs are really anchoring your body in position. Yeah. And then from here, again, hinging the hip back a little bit. Dropping the arms to the back, nice and wide in the chest. Again, increase that sense of kind of scissoring in with the feet. Nice deep breath in. And on the breath out now, rather than going up, we're going to go forwards, far as you can. So if you're kind of reaching for something out of reach, hips hinge back as far as they can, hands as far as you can forward. So you kind of pull the hips and the hands apart strongly. Get a nice deep breath as you go to the position. Coming down just into the fingertips. Keep that feeling of pulling the hips back a little bit. Great. And keeping the weight back on the heels, you're just going to lift one arm, nice and slow. Reach up to the ceiling with the other. Open the torso up. Just holding at the top. Nice deep breath in. Use the breath to open and expand. Deep breath out. You lower down. Reset the hands, reset the hips, and then go to the opposite side. Coming up. Open at the top. Great. Yeah, nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out as you come back. Spend a bit of time here. Reset the hips a little bit. And when you're ready, coming up to the shins. Pulling the back nice and straight. Keeping the arms straight. Load up with the hips. Pull the body up. And then from here, just crossing the arms onto the chest. Just going to drop down into a squat. So nice and wide. Coming down. And using the pressure in the ground, draw the hips back up. So loading in. Feel that the movement starts in the hips. Hinge the hips a little bit and then drop everything nice and controlled. Really slow. To the top. Hips down, keeping the chest nice and high. Just a few more here. Okay, one more at the bottom, just hold it. And bring the arms out, stretch them out. Last movement here, bring the palms together, elbows together, and then just reaching up high as you can. The arms. You can either hold this at the top or pulse it. So whichever feels better. And nice and slowly releasing it, come up to the top. And just shake everything out, shake the hips out, shake the legs. Great. We're just going a little bit of coming on the floor, just very light. So just coming down. One leg in front of the other, so tender. Really using the arms in this one, so you go down, change the leg, come back up. Really take your time with it. Change the leg. Go. Full contact with the mat. Keep the breath going all the time. Driving with the lower body. Going. Nice. Next. Right. Very nice. Okay, perfect. So from here, just play with coming in and out of the ground. So starting from this position, you're going to come back here, and then just play with, you want to raise the hips off the floor, use the hands as much as you need, and then just come out of the squatting position. So play with just gently, again, come into the ground, use the hands as much as you need. Find this roll, find the feet, find the standing position. So just take it really slow, nice and controlled, really looking all the time for the balance, softly entering the ground. Some balance on weight, especially so if you've got a harder surface. You can stay at this level, kind of take it in stages, but if you want, you can start to play with trying it really in one fluid motion now. So the down, the up, pull, take it into one motion now. And you got the space, you can play with the roll. And so you want, you could just keep this kind of basic form. You want a kind of nice flowing movement through it. It's not about the speed, it's about keeping the body in motion. Okie dokie, great. Take a jump. We will do a bit of weapon work. Just start with a little bit of rotation work. So just taking the jaw right in the center, keeping the elbow nice and heavy, and just roll in the jaw. Keep everything low, especially the shoulder, elbow. If you feel the kind of forearms moving too much, you can also use the arm here, the opposite arm, just as a kind of brace. The key thing you want to feel is a kind of rotation through the forearm as well. Just change in size when you feel. Both hands. Right, and then each time I'm going to change from below, little finger together, and then switch it. Switch it from below. So, it's a nice smooth transition from hand to hand. Go. As you do this every time, you're just going to slowly extend the arm out with the jaw. Just rotate back. Catch it here. Again, keep the feeling of the elbow, the shoulder, everything low. So as if you're kind of injecting it from the ground. Down and out. Down. Just let the other hand kind of stay open, receive it. That's it, very good. Good. Right, now you're going to change this outwards movement, change it with the hip to a figure of 8 motion. So the hip comes out, rolls with it. So the key motion, now the key difference is that the hips are going to drive that motion of the arm now. But the arms basically doing the same thing, extending and then drawing back, extending, drawing back. Good. That's. And just find your own pace with the fist control. Great. Keep that motion going now and just start to shift the weight in the feet. Gentle kind of movements. Big fancy. Keep the connection to the ground is kind of primary. Just remember how the kind of chain from the foot to the hip to the hand rolls the jaw. So, yeah, good. Yeah, good. Nice.
Oh, what's up?
Okay, perfect. And now walking with the feet, so really kind of taking steps with the jaw. Again, keep the ground connection kind of primary. And the hips nice and free all the time. Very kind of forwards a few steps, backwards. Finish very motion all the time. Ouch. Ow. Oh, don't hit yourself. Ouch.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Why don't you? Okay, perfect. So we'll go to we'll look at the 31 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂. We've not done it in a while. We'll break it down. So we'll just look at the very first movement. So you're going to have the jaw in the left hand, left foot. And in this case, you're coming over the top, finding the thrust straight in. So you're coming back, left foot, just the very first motion. Coming in up, and finding the thrust. From here to number 1. Great, into the thrust. Really take your time going in and out of the posture as well. Yeah, the main thing with this, all these movements, think about the whole body moving. So get the feeling first. The main thing I don't do is that the arm comes up first and then goes into it. So play with, in this case, just a whole body movement. So as soon as you move, as soon as you think about moving, everything goes together. So don't worry about the thrust, if you're making a thrust with the, and don't worry about taking the 𝒍. Just think about the whole body from this posture. The first impulse you have, think about the whole body, just goes in. You just want everything to move together. There. And just study how you kind of organize the body before you move to get the whole body moving as one piece. That's. Right, try and link this now to the arm work. So what you want to feel is, again, that impulse to move now goes to the hand, to the backhand especially. And what you want to think about is just placing it on the 𝒍 this way. So again, the whole body moving in and taking the 𝒍. Don't worry about the thrust at all. Don't go to the thrust at all. Just think about this organizing. Impulse, get the hand in. The impulse together. Everything goes together. Awesome. Nice. Good. This is a really good practice at the beginning movement. Really try to find a neutral position. So a lot of the time in Aikido, we're using this very neutral position, and then the movement kind of springs out of that position. Just watch out for this kind of impatient hand. It starts to go, and then it starts, and then it goes. So notice what happens before that. But try and really practice like a very neutral position here. So this hand's nice and relaxed, this arm's relaxed, and then as soon as you go, you want to fill everything into the thrust. So we'll take it to the ski now. But really make a clear distinction in this movement that arm's not starting to kind of load before you go into the movement. So really think about dropping, widening, lengthening, find the ground, and then move. So you want to kind of impulse to hit the ground and direct it straight to the hand. It's a super simple movement, but it's studying going from stillness to movement, really a crucial principle for this. That's it. Yeah. So we'll take it to the first 3 movements. So same beginning goes 1 in. Now you're going to come back, draw into a block at the top, and then the third movement is another thrust. on the side. So all together in 3 goes 1, 2, up to the top, and then 3 with a third, with a second thrust. Sorry. And back to the beginning. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and make sure each time finding that position, nice and neutral. So the great thing with these kind of lengthy katas, they're all about kind of sustaining the original feeling in the movement. So try and notice one thing, especially with this, as I go into the second movement, I'm low, everything's low, and then as the arm comes up, I come up out of the ground. Everything starts to uproot. So play with this case, really sustaining the sense of the ground underneath, underneath this movement. So the body stays low. As soon as I go into this kind of movement, I'm going in and out. I basically start to go in and out of the ground as I kind of continue. And as you go through the kata, this will get worse and worse and worse and worse. So try and keep the feeling, being nice and grounded here, centered, find the thrust, and then here underneath the jump, and into the thrust. So keep that feeling of being right underneath all the time. Be low, heavy, grounded. That's nice. Got it. Right. So we'll take it to the first 5 movements now. So got a similar movement, slightly different. It goes 1, it's the same, 3. Now from here, you're going to draw the body back again. This time the back hand, you're going to come to the top of the head together this way. And then from here, you're going to rotate the jump, find the back end. And then here, you're going to step in, find a strike with the right foot. So a few times, goes 1, 2, 3. Here, draw the body back, draw the hands together at the top. Rotate the jump, find the back end. And then you're going to step through with the back leg and let the right hand adjust. You're going to strike down with the jump. 5 goes 1, 2, 3. Hands together at the top. Rotate the jump, stepping in, and the 5. In the jump. We'll just isolate this 4 into 5. So kind of tricky movement. Again, what I don't want to do is come out of the center with it. So this you're just going to go from this position, so kind of the thumbs together, right at the top of the head. What I want you to think about in this one is you're going to shoot the left hand as the jaw rotates right to the tip of the jaw. So just play from here. This movement comes from the hip, from the back hip. This rotation. So this hand and this hip rotating together. That to that. And then what you want to think is this hand is going to shoot to the end of the jaw. So as you've got that motion, this goes to the end, this goes to the end. So just play with that transition. The key thing is that it's not just an arm movement, but it's the hip driving it. Hip driving it. And again, you want the body to kind of sink down through that motion. And if you think about the next movement, you want the weight to be basically placed in the front leg so that you can transfer the weight through the step this way. Just play with it, just going from that position, that, following it with the hips. Try. This is a kind of yokomu movement, but just watch in this case, you don't want the arms to pull out of the center, which is something like this. And the arms coming in this way. Also, you don't want to too much force the arms to kind of come back in those kind of positions. So with this one, think about later what this movement's going to be, which is to just draw the arms together and strike through. But I need the arms to be kind of tracking the center line of the body. So when you're in this position here, think about really maintaining the core through that rotation. And basically the jaw's loaded through the center line of the body. And then as you do it, you're going to shift the weight so that the center line is loaded to this foot. And then that gives me the freedom to strike through with this backhand. So if you've got that position here, change the jaw and then shift the weight into that front leg. And then that back leg can release, step through, find the strike. And a nice kind of crisp movement with it. The more centered the jaw is, the easier that strike's going to be. That's great, and then just coming back to the first 5 movements, so starting again at the beginning. Number 1, you'll see 1, 2, 3. Now you've got this transition into the top, and then coming forward, striking down for number 5. Let's do that. Left ski, back with a block. Left ski, drawing the hands together, striking down the right side. Good. Okay, we'll just break this bit down. So you're going to start again from the top position, hands together at this point. You're going to step in again, change the jaw, step in right foot. And we're just going to do 4 movements from here. So you've got that first strike. You're going to step in now from the back leg, strike on the left side. And then from here, you're going to rotate to the back. You've got right, and then another step on the left. So 4 strikes in total. And this one just starts at the top of the movement. So you start here in position 4. You go into 5 here. Step on the left, 6. Rotate to the back, 7. And then striking down, 8. Nice control. Work with it. Starting here. 5, 6, 7. Good. 8. Okay, great. The main thing with this, especially any kind of forward motion, try not to do it. Basically, do this with the arms. So, watch this. If I do this just with the arms, looks like this. So the arms are basically pulling out all the time, and the power of the momentum of the jaw is pulling the body out of its structure. So, what I want you to think about from this very first movement, think that the power of the movement is actually coming from the body advancing. So, think of the whole body again moving in. The strikes here. The second strike's the same. The whole body moving in to it. The same here. The rotation. It's the body moving into the strike. Then here the same. The body moves into it. So what you're practicing is centered movement from the body, and you're expressing it out through the arm and the jaw in this case. But the key power of the movement is going to come from the body work. Yeah, so move the whole body. Move the whole body in. Move the whole body in. This is not just the arms. Yeah, that's it. Okay, perfect. We'll bring these in together. So again, starting from position 1, get nice and neutral, find the ground, nice and calm at the beginning. And then you're coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now into the strikes. 6 on the left, turning. 7 and 8 finishes on the left. Find your way back to the beginning. Nice crisp movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole body in. Okay, perfect. So we'll take it to number 9 in this one. We'll just isolate this movement. It's kind of slightly different movement. So this is a kind of sweeping movement. You're going to start in the left side, and this is a rotation to the back, and you're going to sweep the jaw all the way around the back this way. So it starts left side, you rotate the whole body, draw back with the body. So the idea of this, if you think about this, is like a kind of sweep or a clearing movement. So left side where you finished with number 8, and you go nice and slow with, especially with this smaller space. In 9, all the way around. Again, key thing is that the whole body's making the movement, so the body rides the jaw, not the other way around, so the body gets pulled around. So let the body, the jaw through the movement. Give it a try. This is number 9. show you from this way as well. So it goes from the left foot, and the stripe's going to go to your right side. So it goes over, right, and when you finish the stripe, you want to be facing forward in the original direction, and the Joe finishes kind of side on to the body. It goes to this position. So your left foot forward, Joe goes to the right, body faces forward in this kind of position, and the Joe finishes in this movement. So you just want to control the end of the movement. You don't want to come too far back to this. You want to think about kind of clearing space in in full. Yeah, that's it. Follow. Yeah, so if you think of this as kind of clearing or making space, what you do in this form is you also, the body goes backwards. As you rotate, the body's going to go back. So think of this as kind of making space behind you. Making space this way. So it goes here, whoa. This way. Here, whoa. Okay, we're going to attach two movements to this now. So you've got this position again on number 8, goes into 9, comes to this position. Again, what you're going to do is let the whole body come up. Now, this is a kind of protection later used for a strike. But for now, you're going to draw the left leg open a little bit, drag the right foot in, and draw the jaw to the top of the head. So it goes from 8, 9 here, body facing forward, and then you adjust. Draw the jaw to the top of the head. You're kind of sitting into the posture. Into this position. So you're in 9, 10. Jaw goes to the top of the head. Just to that. Just get to that position. This is 9, 10. So it goes 9, 10 to the top. Yeah. Sit. 10. Okay, we'll add one move to this now. So you've got the 9 here. You come up to the top, 10, and then what you're going to do is you're going to strike on the left hip. So the left hip comes forward, strike down on the left side.
Oh, I like that.
Goes 9, top, bring the feet together, and then left foot forward, striking on the right side. So from the left posture, 9, 10, and 11. Give it a try. Okay, last couple of minutes, we'll put this all together. So this is a part of a larger set of 31 movements. This is just the first 12, so the kind of first major section of it. So do nice and slow. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4 to the top, 5 striking down, 6 again, rotating out to the back, 7, 8, and now you've got this movement, 9, sweeping to the rear, 10, up to the top of the head, 11, striking down. And then from here, just pulling back into, this is the first beat, 11. 2, 3, 4, roll, 6, 8, 9, Right. So one of the old saying I like that came from karate was 10 years on one kata, or sometimes they just say like one lifetime for a kata. So there's an idea. Also, I was watching a video yesterday about kata training. It's like people take the view of like kata training is like collecting, and he was describing the kata as like an acorn that you grow an oak tree from. A lot of people have a view of like I need to collect a lot of acorns. I really just need one good one. So the 31 jo kata phrases are one good acorn. You can kind of all the system grows from it. So it's not really about collecting the acorns. So the main thing with this is even if you don't know all the 31 movements, or you can only get to 3, the main thing is the quality in the movement. So just the last few as you do them, really think about this, especially in terms of the basic, going straight into the movement. So finding this idea of whole body movement. So the kind of key principle in terms of us, the kind of kata training, you want the whole body to drive the movement, whole body. So whatever you do, or whatever number you get up to, really keep this as a kind of key consideration with whole body movement. Whole body movement. So just play the last few minutes, or last minute or so. Even if you just do like the first 3 movements of it, but it's really about the quality of the movements. The main thing right now is this idea of the whole body. Everything moves together. And everything stops together as well. Yes. Okay. Was. Okay, great, very good. Okay, we'll bow out there. Very good. So that's the start of the 31. So that's the first 11 moves, and then we've got kind of 2 other big sections in it. We'll work on those another time. Okay, great, great. Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Domo.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you, Michael.
Much.
Thank you, Mike.